A very hearty good morning and a very warm welcome to a whole new episode of Meet My Gems, an innovative and interactive approach to learning conducted by a respected sir, Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal. So let's begin with a small introduction about the creator of the idea behind this entire program, Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal. Sir has pursued his LLB, LLM, and PhD from the University of Burdwan, West Bengal. He is also an alumnus of St. Xavier's School and College, a former judge under the judicature of Honorable Calcutta High Court, and founder faculty of West Bengal National University of Juridical Sciences, Kolkata. Presently, he is serving as the head of the PG department of the law section in the Heritage Institution, Hooghly Mohsin College, a 184-year-old temple of learning, alma mater to illustrious alumni like Rishi Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, who was the creator of Bande Mataram, Upendra Brahmachari, the inventor of Kala Azar vaccine, Justice Syed Amir Ali, and many others. As a strong advocate of human rights and civil liberties, he has also visited Sweden as a cultural ambassador and delivered a series of lectures on culture, polity, and legal system of India under the prestigious Group Study Exchange Program of Rotary International. A past district Rotaract representative, Dr. Agarwal has also addressed various youth conventions in Singapore, London, and Paris, besides many places in India. Sir was one of the top rankers of West Bengal Judicial Service Examination. But it was his passion for teaching which guided him to resign from the judicial service and join the noble profession of making this society a better place by imparting knowledge. And in the process of doing the same, he has authored a number of books which range from intellectual property rights to limitation law, company law to women empowerment. He is also a visiting faculty for the National Judicial Academy of Honorable Supreme Court, State Judicial Academy of Honorable High Court at Calcutta, State Police Academy, and Administrative Academy. I'm very much sure that people from various fields related to law have benefited from Sir's knowledge of law and other fields of public services. His teachings have inspired and changed the lives of numerous students who got to understand the very essence of law and its potential. There's a saying, better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher, and Sir is that teacher. Now I would like to call Sir to enlighten us on the objective of arranging this kind of helpful interactive sessions.
Thank you, Sabiha, for your generous introduction. Good morning, Sonia.
Good morning, sir.
In our series of Meet My Gems, the gem which will feature today is Sonia Gupta, who had secured a 9th rank in the WBLS examination 2015. Sonia had always been a very sincere, devoted, and a very diligent student. Through the questions put by Saviha to Sonia, we will come to know about the tips or the strategy which she adopted to crack this examination to become a law officer in a government department of West Bengal. I am sure this interactive session will help the aspirants of the West Bengal Legal Service and other services conducted by the Public Service Commission of West Bengal. Sabiha, you may begin now.
So at first, we are so delighted to have you on board in this session. And now, sir, as you have permitted, I would like to request Madam Sonia Gupta to share some of her experiences of her journey to becoming a law officer. Good morning, ma'am. Welcome to.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Welcome to today's interview, ma'am.
Good morning,
Ma'am,
Good morning, respected sir, Dr. Prem Kumar Agrawal, and my dear friends, brothers and sisters who are watching this interactive session. You may continue, sir.
Yes, ma'am, these are some frequently asked questions related to the preparation of West Bengal Legal Service Examination, which is on behalf of the PSC Civil Service aspirants. So shall we begin, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, as we all know that you are now a law officer posted in the Office of District Land and Land Reforms, South 24 Parganas, Alipur. So, ma'am, how does it feel to hold such a position?
First of all, Sabia, I would like to thank Sir for giving me such an opportunity to stand and speak in such a prestigious platform and to share my views and thoughts with you all. And I'm really very much, it's my pleasure to be over here. And I also, it feels quite good when I was appointed as a law officer in West Bengal legal service cadre. So my happiness on that time, my happiness knew no bounds. I was very much excited when I got an appointment letter from the Writers Law Department. And apart from that, I gained a lots of experience till today in the litigation management, supervising all court cases of Honorable Supreme Court, High Court, NGT, and LRTT of DLRO South 24 Parganas district regarding law matters and land matters. Okay. And I give legal opinion to the BLROs. I have the great opportunity consulting with deputy, consulting with ADM DLRO, and also consulting with the learned senior advocates of Honorable Supreme Court and High Court. It's really a very great pleasure for me, and I am very much happy to have all this, and I'm totally satisfied to be over here.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So, exactly what inspired you to become a law officer? Was it like some incident or some person? I mean, what was it actually?
Look, Sabia, since our childhood, all of us have our dreams of or goals or aims of becoming such as doctor, lawyers, engineers. So like that only, I too had a dream of becoming a lawyer. So becoming a lawyer after completion of my LLB, I in order to get a secure job, I appeared for different competitive examination relating to legal fields such as judicial service examination and legal service examination, besides pursuing LLM. So my family, my maternal mother, my maternal father, my sister Sunita, my mom, and of course, my mentor, my guru, my philosopher, my guide, Dr. Prem Kumar Agrawal sir, and my fiancé Abhijit has supported and motivated me a lot to study and to in every ups and downs of my life. They are there as a support, as a pillar whenever I need them. So this is all this whom I mentioned, all they are inspiration for me. From their blessings, I am here today. Their blessings and my hard work, I am here today.
Okay, ma'am. So the next question, which you have already answered, but again, as I'll just say that as we all have heard that a good teacher explains, but a great teacher inspires. So in this context, I wanted to know about the role of your mentor in your journey for becoming a law officer. So if you would like.
First of all, Sabia, I would like to cite a quote like Guru Govind dono khade kaake lagu paye, balihari Guru aapne Govind diyo dikhai. So that Govind is my destination, is my goal, the Almighty. When I have reached my destination, that means I have reached the Almighty. For me, I feel like that. And the way to reach that path has shown by my mentor, my great Guru. Prem Kumar Agrawal sir is not only a great teacher, but also a great person at heart. This is my feeling, this is my thought towards him. Gratitude of thanks will not be sufficient. I cannot explain my feelings in words. And his work and his helping hands towards me and towards all the students in time of need is really commendable and really outstanding and mind-blowing. What I can say is very small.
Okay. So, ma'am, now coming to...
I cannot describe him in words. It's too beyond my imagination. I got a angel. Everyone has a God never comes to help you. I'm saying like this, that God never comes to help you, but He sends a form of angel. So for me, my family is there always, but apart from my family, my sir, my guru, Prem Kumar Agrawal sir, has always tried to help me a lot.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, now coming to one of the most important questions of the aspirants, which is the scheme and the syllabus of the West Bengal Legal Service Examination. So, can you please tell us about it?
Okay, Achha. So we have 9 papers of 900 marks, 100 marks each, and 100 marks for personality test. Paper 1 consists of English language and 50 marks, and Hindi or Bengali or Nepali, those who are second paper. My one is Hindi. So for language paper, I have studied for English PKD Sarkar, class 11, 12 standard book of grammatical book. And for Hindi, I have studied class 10 level Hindi will do for that, in that sense. And second paper consists of GK and current affairs, 50-50 marks each. For GK, you may follow Lucent or Tata McGraw Hills because we don't know from whatever from which GK has a huge and vast, so we don't
Ma'am,
know what type.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I've just will just come to this question later on, like where you can just share about the study materials and the books we need to follow. But before that, there is one more question, ma'am. That when did you start preparing for the examination? Like exactly what was the
After completion of my LLB examination, I start preparing for my examination besides doing my LLM.
Okay, ma'am. So, with what strategy? Like, share with us the strategy of cracking the exam, like the one which you followed, if there was any.
Which I followed the strategies that make a routine and stick to it. And most of the people or candidates I know, they, after completion of their LLB exam, they move on to practice in court.
Yes,
Most
ma'am.
of the friends I have seen, they move on to practice. So it's very much, they cannot give such amount of time in their studies. So whenever they feel comfortable to concentrate, so at that time they can study at night or at the early morning. At that time, whenever they feel comfortable to concentrate, they can study.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, now about the books which you were speaking earlier, like the books and the study materials that you would recommend, and the ones which you would have like had followed in during your preparations to achieve this success. So, please, ma'am.
So I
So
have
the
already
books.
mentioned
Yes,
for
ma'am.
English language, we can opt for PKD Sarkar book for essay and pressy writing, and for GK Lucent or Tata McGraw Hills. For current affairs, we may take the help from the Chronicles. Chronicles is quite better where we can write. And current affairs consist of 8 questions. Out of 8, we have to attempt 4, 12.5 marks each. So current affairs, practice writing and all, how to write your issues after following chronicles. So it will be quite easier for you when you do all that. So English for paper 1 and paper 2 complete. Paper 3 comes with constitution and constitutional law. So in Constitution, we LLB book Dr. J.N. Pandey, and you may also take help from D.D. Basu. So that will do. And apart from that, your LLB notes also helps a lot in making notes. Man, don't try to make your own. I used to try to make my own notes. Write your own answer. Take reference from other side. Take reference from notes. Take reference from different books. Take reference from internet. Take reference from YouTube and compile it and make your own answers. Make answers in short as it will be helpful. Make key points, keywords, as it will be helpful during your examination to revise it, to take a bird's eye view of the subject which you are going to appear in the examination on that time. It will be very much helpful to you. After that, interpretation of statutes, interpretation of, after that, paper 4 is administrative law. Administrative law, you can take the help of books, ILI or Upendra Bakshi, administrative law. And after that, interpretation of statutes, principles of legislation and legislative drafting, and General Clauses Act. So in that interpretation of statutes, you may take help from Professor T. Bhattacharya. It's quite a good book. And you may also study maxims. The question from maxims is very important. Maxim, whenever you write with case laws, maxim, it's quite good. You be presentable when you write any answer or you make note of out of it. And for legislative drafting, principles of legislation and legislative drafting, you may go for N.K. Chakrabarti book. It is quite good book. You may help. It will help you a lot. And after that, there are 5 acts such as West Bengal State Acquisition Act, West Bengal Land Reforms Act, Land Acquisition Act, Public Premises Tenancy Act, and Environment Protection Act. So the bare acts will only do in that case. If you follow the bare acts, it will be helpful for you. And there are 5 acts out of which if you study 4 BRX properly, then I think it will do. Because from each BRX, suppose that from Land Reforms Act, West Bengal Land Reforms Act, you get 2 questions. From Land Acquisition Act, you get 2 questions, and from West Bengal State Acquisition Act, you get 2 questions, and some simultaneously from Environment Protection Act also, and from Public Premises Act also. So, if you, according to me, if you carefully study 4 BRAC, you may skip one and study 4 BRAC, then you may get your choice of questions over there. And after that comes CPC. CPC including CRO, Civil Rules and Order, CRRO, Criminal Rules and Order. For CPC, in syllabus, it is very much important point to note that in syllabus, in CPC, there is mentioned only sections. When you will see the syllabus, there is mentioned only that we'll have to study only section, but it is not so. When you sit for the examination, you will have to study both sections as well as orders, because the question comes from the order side also. So keep it in mind, always study both. Don't stick to only sections. Study sections as well as order. Okay. And CRO and CRRO, CPC book, we know Takwani is very much helpful. CRO and CRRO, High Court Appellate, CRO and CRRO, just buy the books. There are chapters and go through it. See the last previous 5 years questions. So I think it will cover up the syllabus of CRO and CRRO. Okay. After that, CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code, and the High Court Original Side Rules and the High Court Appellate Side Rules. So CRPC, you can follow the Criminal Measure Acts, BARE Act, and apart from that, Ratanlal, Dheerajlal, you can make notes and all. Then for High Court Original Side Rules and High Court Appellate Side Rules, just follow the books, mark the syllabus, and previous 5 years questions will do. Is enough for you. And one thing you remember, for everyone who is the aspirants so watching this session, that in all these subjects and all these papers, there is one compulsory question. Number 1 question is always compulsory, which you cannot avoid. So be careful, and while preparing your notes or while revising or while studying, so prepare in that sense. So whatever is asked to you, you may answer it, because nobody knows what will be the compulsory question. So in that sense, be much careful in that sense. Okay. And after that, evidence and IPC. So I must tell you that in Evidence Act and IPC, there are no options. Whatever is given to you, you will have to do the same. Understood? There are no options. So better to practice yourself from the case laws, illustrations. The questions comes from that sense. They will give you some illustration, and you will have to specify, or you'll have to write it on your own language, what may be the situation, or what is your assumption regarding that. So all this, that's all.
Okay, ma'am. I'm hearing about the length of the syllabus, seemed quite a lengthy one. So in relation to this, exactly how much time one needs to devote for the preparation of these examination, and what according to you should be the ideal daily routine to be followed by the students, ma'am?
Look, Sabia, that there is no such hard and fast rule that I'll have to devote 8 hours per day to study, because we, after completion of LLB, everyone is engaged. Most of the candidates are engaged in practicing, and others are engaged in academic, doing LLM and all, or preparing other competitive examination as such, law service, legal service, and judicial service. So whenever you get time to concentrate your mind, it may be afternoon, if you feel comfortable to concentrate. It may be at night, it may be at early morning. So you can do it. Make a routine if you can. Stick to the routine, a disciplined routine, that I will study 2 hours evidence, and that thereafter I will study constitution, 1 hour for GK, 1 hour for current affairs. So you can go like this. It will be helpful for you. But don't make it monotonous. As we know, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Don't make it monotonous. Enjoy yourself, entertain yourself, refresh your mind, and sit with the new enthusiasm, new potential, and study. That will help boost up your mind and boost up your knowledge.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, as you said earlier about preparing our own notes from taking help from various books and everywhere, wherever is possible, material is available. So, what about the answer writing? So, ma'am, practicing the answer writing, is it like important, and how frequent should a student do that?
Of course, practicing answer writing and time management is very much important. There are 3 hours and 10 questions, out of which you will have to choose 5 or 6 according to division of marks. So if you practice writing regularly, uh, uh, following the time management, in half an hour I have to write 120 marks question. I cannot take more than that. So be presentable, write with illustrations and case laws, give 2 or 3 case laws. And if you don't know case laws, in the time of examination, some new question comes to you which you have not studied, and this is compulsory, you will have to do. But you have heard the concept. So while studying, make your concept clear. This is the first motto. Whenever you are studying any subject, you are taking any book or reading any section or whatever it is, first clear a concept. If you don't understand this thing, what is written there, or if you cannot get the conception, ask from your guide or your friend, anybody you may take help out of, and then clear a concept. If your concept is clear, you may write it in your own words. Make presentable. The marks when what you gain is the how you present yourself to the examiner who is checking the paper. If your work is presentable, if your answers are up to the mark, then no one can stop you from getting fetching the good marks. So I will suggest you to be presentable, make your work up to mark, write in a proper, giving dots and not highlighting your case laws, illustrations and all. So make it presentable.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So now speaking about what should be done on the day of the examination, as we know that about the routine, it's very hectic. Starts from the first half and then again starts from the second half. So according to you, what should an aspirant be doing in the time between the two main papers on the examination? The time between we get.
It's a very hectic, we can say, but due that because we don't have any leave of days, there is no gap. So exam continues on
Yes.
for 5 days. So there is a 1 or 2 hours gap between the two examination, and 3 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours paper. We have to sit and write 6 hours. So in the time of gap, when we are making our notes, when as I already mentioned that I made a notes seeking various reference from various books and all. So when you make notes, you make a gist of it. Just summarize it. Make a key points, keywords, so that by seeing that only you may get the concept that I have to write all these points. So make a keywords, and when in the time of recess, when you get the time of recess period, so you just take a look of that, take a bird's eye view of that, and so go on, carry on. You can do it, you can write it, no tension.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, now coming back to you, how did you balance your studies with your social life? I mean, while you were preparing for your legal service examination, so how did you balance between the both?
It's a quite a common question because we all are in the society, and we all have to maintain social relations, social life as we live in the society. So apart from studies, I have also some problems in my home. It may be problems from personal problems or whatever it is. So leave that behind. Just focus on your study, because problems may come and go, but your study, the time will never come back to you again. That is the main thing. Once the time has gone, so nothing will remain there for you. So take care of your time. Time and tide waits for none. So take care of your time. Society, social problems, social life will come and go. Take the help of your social media, such as internet. I say internet, YouTube. Study from there. Take notes, make notes from there, take the reference from there, and try to concentrate on your studies. Whatever the situation may be, don't make your problems come into the path of your study, path of your goal. Don't make it obstacle. Try to make a balance between the both and go on.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, was there any alternative career plan for you? Was there a plan B? Did you have any like any plan
So
B or
as
any other career?
already I have mentioned, Sabia, that I am totally satisfied over here in my legal service job. So I have not made certain career plans like that or plan B. So I have a desire for higher studies such as PhD if I get a chance, and I am looking for it if I can get.
No, ma'am, at the time when you like decided to prepare for this examination, was there any like plan B at that time? Did you thought that if not this, then that, anything else was there, or legal service was your only aim, only goal, was it?
On that time when I was preparing for the competitive
Yes, ma'am.
examination,
Yes,
my
ma'am.
first goal was to get a secure job. And in order to get a secure job, I have to give all the examination related to law field. I have appeared for judicial service examination in the year 2014. I have appeared for West Bengal legal service examination conducted in the year 2013, and also I have appeared for the West Bengal legal service examination in the year 2015, and I cracked and I got the chance.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, what was that one thing that kept you motivated when you were like low, when you felt low? So, what was that one thing that kept you going on?
One thing that I kept going on when I feel down, or it keeps me motivated, seeing my mom, seeing the face of my mom. Whenever I see her face, I feel that I have to do something to achieve a height. And today, where I am, is her blessings and my hard work. That's all.
So, now all of us, we should keep this in mind. Mothers are really very important, and their blessings are equally important.
Blessings
So,
matters. Blessings matters. Blessings
yes, ma'am.
matters. Really, it matters.
Yes, ma'am. So the next question I was coming up to this that is related to the repeated attempts which one needs to give if unsuccessful at the first time. So for the legal service exam. So as you have like said, it was not your first attempt. So in this, we should remember a quote, ma'am, like failure is not the opposite of success, but it's a part of success, of course. So as you said that you had appeared for the third time, of course, and you succeeded finally, and of course you were bound to. So then ma'am, now I would like to ask some questions relating to the interview, ma'am, the when we face an interview. And the first one, which is very important, is relating to the like the confidence which most of us lack. So first of all, how do we overcome the fear of speaking in an interview, ma'am, and the nervousness of facing an interview of this stature? Matlab, what should one do? I mean, how one should prepare for the interview, according to you?
Achha. First thing, Sabia, I would like to mention that there is nothing to feel nervous or get nervous, okay? Because the judges out there, they will make you feel comfortable. They are very much liberal. I have faced that type of judges who were very much liberal and who made me feel comfortable over there. It happens to many of us. It happens to me also when we sit in the hot seat of an interview. Our brain goes blank. We don't know anything. Whatever we have studied, blank, totally blank. So open your heart. Speak while opening your heart. Speak with your honesty. Speak with your genuineness. Don't feel nervous. And if you have such nervousness problem, at first you may practice on the front of the mirror and try to speak in the front of the mirror. It will cure that problem of nervousness. Don't get nervous. It's very easy. As I have already mentioned that I have faced 3 interviews. So it's very easy to handle those situations. So be confident, be bold enough, and don't try to misguide them. If you don't understand any question, just say that you cannot recollect them at that certain point of time at that moment. Don't give wrong answers because they are far more experienced than us. So they will catch your nerves that you are getting nervous, and hence they catch your nerves. They will start catching you more and more, and they will make you like that. So be careful. Don't get nervous, and smartly and boldly answer all those questions which are put to you. And if you feel it may happen that everyone don't, it's not possible for anyone to know each and everything. Okay, your whatever you know in your subjective test has already been done in the written examination. They know that you are After cracking your mains, you are over to interview or viva, your personality test. They know your IQ level. They know you, that you are there. You have some knowledge about law. That's why you have cracked your mains. Otherwise, you haven't. That's why they only check your presence of mind. You are fit for the job, fit for the post or not. They only check, does he or she is suitable or fit for the such and such post or not. They check your present state of mind, nothing else. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. So, what was your overall experience of the interview and the questions? What kind of questions were put to you? If you could, if possible, can you please tell us?
Of course. Kind of question. I was a second language Hindi. So when I entered calm and quiet and be in a calm manner, sweet with wearing a smile, okay, and be simple and sober. Look, have a simple and sober look. Then they will ask you to read a newspaper. So follow newspaper. They will ask you that definitely those who are from second language Hindi or Nepali or other languages apart from Bengali, they will ask you to read a Bengali newspaper, or simultaneously they may give you to a dictation. So practice Bengali properly, how to read and write, and also how to speak in Bengali. This is very much important factor in your interview session. Okay, so in language they will ask you to do, and apart from that, they may ask you some questions from general knowledge, some questions from general knowledge, and after that, from your subjects. They will ask you if, whether you are comfortable in civil or criminal or both. So, as per your desire, if you say I am comfortable in civil, they may proceed with the civil or both. They may ask certain questions from that.
Okay. So, ma'am, suppose you get a chance to travel back to your interview session again, like with the help of a time machine or something. So, what would you want to do differently in your interview or not want to do at all? What would it
Of
be?
course, I would want to improve my lacunas, which I have made mistakes there. So I want to overcome that mistakes. I want to. Everyone learns from this mistake, so I also want to learn from my mistake. Now, I want to overcome my mistakes, which I made earlier in my previous interview, so that I may say that I have the confidence, I have the bold enough to face such type of interview where I can state, or where I can express my thoughts, where I can express my opinions without any hesitation.
Okay, ma'am. So, what was your experience, ma'am, when you first joined in the service?
Experience was, I said earlier that my happiness no new bounds. I was totally excited as I hold a gazetted officer post in the West Bengal Legal Service, and apart from my family also all are happy. My mom, my sister, she is my inspiration. My maternal mother, my maternal father, they're not watching me, they're not here, but their blessings means a lot to me. So I was very much happy due to after getting this job.
Okay, ma'am. So, would you like to share with us something regarding your college days, ma'am?
College days is too money. I can say it's the epitome, it's a foundation of in me. It laid a foundation in me. In my when I got admission in LLB, I met Dr. Prem Kumar Agrawal sir, and I told my problems to him, and he has welcomed me with his open heart, with his helping hands, so that I may not face any problem regarding my studies. So, Doctor, I'm very much thankful to Prem sir, and I'm also thankful to Dr. Sasinath Mandal, SNM sir, Subir Roy sir, Sadhana madam, who helped me a lot. And when in LLM days, I also would like to thank Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Tiwari sir. He has also helped me a lot in gaining knowledge and achieving this success.
So, ma'am, do you feel that it provided some foundation for who you are really today?
Sorry, your voice is not audible.
Ma'am, do you feel that it provided some foundation for who you are today?
Yes, of course. Of course. Their valuable opinions, their guidance, their way of showering their blessings on me have helped me to achieve this success. It's very much important. They are very important part in my life. So without them, without a guru, how can a person reach his destination? As already I have mentioned
Of course.
that Guru Govind dono khade kaake lagu paye, balihari Guru aapne Govind Guru dikhaye. So for reaching that Govinda, my guru has came, which helped me to meet my destination where I'm today. It's as simple as that. I can explain in this such words.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, just to lighten up the mood, we'll have a quick rapid fire question answer round. Okay, ma'am. So, ready?
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. So, judiciary or legal service, ma'am?
Both are important in their respective fields, but as I'm a law officer, so me legal service.
Ma'am, smart work or hard work?
Smart hard work. Not only hard work, but smart hard work systematically.
Okay, ma'am. So, books or handwritten notes, ma'am?
Both handwritten notes guided by books.
Okay. Physical classes or online classes?
Of course, physical classes,
Ma'am, seminars or webinars?
seminars.
School or college, ma'am?
Both, balance of both. School days are most memorable days, and college life is also memorable. So we cannot, it is not for a person, it is not to forget these days. They are both are memorable and both are important. It's school life is basic life where we arise, and I get my foundation of being a lawyer, being a law officer from college life. So both are equal important for me.
Ma'am, age-old customs or modern trends?
Both. Both, but with a balance.
Okay, ma'am. Service or business, ma'am?
Service.
Western education or Indian education?
Balance of both.
All right, ma'am, that was fun. So, my concluding question to you will be, is there anything you didn't like about the PSC examination, or what changes, if any, you would like to see in the exam from an aspirant's point of view, ma'am?
In PSC, one thing, West Bengal Legal Service, I may talk about West Bengal Legal Service, the exams are conducted within a gap of 3 years. So it's my proposal for the PSC that every year, if the recruitment process is done, so it will be very much helpful for the students who cannot appear for this examination due to their age gap, because 35 years of age and some are waiting for 3 years, and 35 years if one passes away, then they cannot sit for the examination. So if there is a yearly recruitment process, then it will be very much helpful for the aspirants. And the second thing is that in the West Bengal Legal Service interview personality test, there is a cutoff of 40% marks. So it is mandatory to achieve 40%. So this thing should be abated. I think that this thing should be abated. So for me, I believe that whoever is achieving great marks in written examination, and due to this cutoff of 40, due to some nervousness or anyhow, if they don't achieve this 40, they cannot be selected in this selection procedure. So whoever is achieving great marks in mains, and due to this, if he or she gets 38 or 39.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Whoever got 38 in the interview and has a higher marks in the written examination, so for them it is totally disheartened. They cannot be selected in that selection procedure. So in that sense, I hope that if this cutoff marks is removed, then it will be very much easier for the aspirants or the candidates in the recruitment.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me the opportunity to be one of your gems. It's my pleasure, and I feel myself proud to be one of your student. I would like to say a few words for you, sir. आपसे मिली मुझे मेरी पहचान, मेरे लिए तो भगवान से भी ऊपर है गुरु का स्थान. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
But I would like to thank you so much, ma'am, for delving into such detailed discussions and sharing such valuable insights. I'm sure this will be a boon for all the legal service aspirants. Now, I want to thank our respected and beloved sir, Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal, on behalf of all the PSC aspirants. Sir, I can't thank you enough for giving us such an opportunity to interact with a gem like Madam Sonia Gupta. I share this privilege with all the aspirants of PSC examination, and I want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart for helping in every possible way by teaching, guiding, and mentoring many students like us. Now, sir, I would like you to, I'd like to invite you for your valuable comments on today's interaction.
Thank you, Sabia. It was really well conducted interview, and the knowledge which we shared with the viewers through this interactive session, I'm sure will go a long way in helping them to crack examinations like WBLS, WBJS, and even prosecution service examination and other examinations. Thank you, Sonia, for bearing your mind and heart open for the benefit of your younger brothers and sisters. Thank you, Savia. You may end the program with a vote of thanks now.
Okay. Thank you for watching this interview. Please like and share this video and subscribe to this channel.